There are few things that affect the quality of our life more than the quality of our most important relationships. And I'm just here to remind you, it's possible this time next year you could be in a completely different and better place relationally. But 2023 will look exactly like 2022 unless you decide right now to change some things about your relationship. I'm not selling you on anything. I don't have a course to sell you. I don't make a dime on any video I make. That actually might be some lazy marketing on my part. At the end of the day, I simply care about your relationship. But the only way things will ever change is if we start paying attention to the direction that our relationship is headed in. Remember, it's not intention that matters. It's the direction that determines our destination, and we usually end up exactly where we were headed. I want you to end up somewhere on purpose, like Intimacy Island or Closeness Castle. Those are not actual places. I'm so sorry. So let's get back to the basics. If these things aren't present in your relationship, it will always suffer. 1, trust. That's the feeling that you can rely on your partner. You're a team together, emotionally, physically, spiritually. If you don't have trust, you don't have a sustainable relationship. 2, respect. Does your partner value you? When something is important to you, do they listen? There's a lot of things that get in the way of that. Remember, when someone has trauma in their past, that always comes out in our conflict resolution or shame. They're usually unable to take feedback, unable to hear you without feeling attacked, or unable to be vulnerable and talk about their actual feelings without criticism or blame. We can all be guilty of some of those, can't we? But you have to remember, it's not our job to heal them. It's not our job to save them. They aren't going to change because of your love. Sometimes we're trying so hard to fix them or heal from this relationship because subconsciously, we're trying to heal from a broken relationship from the past, aren't we? 3, vulnerability. Are you both actually expressing vulnerability and building intimacy together? Because sometimes we're so busy pointing the finger at them, we've forgotten to look at ourselves and ask, do I even know what a healthy, mature relationship is supposed to look like? And am I actually modeling that? Am I showing up as my authentic self? Or am I letting my fear of rejection get in the way of that? Remember, small, consistent changes make massive impacts over time. I don't need you to be your 2024 self tomorrow. I need you to be your January 3rd self tomorrow. I'm well aware it will be 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Hey, me too. It will always be hard to create new habits, to shift your perspective, to hold yourself and your partner accountable to toxic behaviors that only hurt the relationship. Things like lying or contempt or feeling superior or judging or cheating or controlling. Stuff like silent treatments, criticism, or defensiveness. And replace all of those things with appreciation and admiration and a culture of closeness and compromise and consideration. And you know as well as I do, this thing takes 2 willing participants to work. If one of you isn't willing to put in the work of selflessness and humility and self-reflection and listening and valuing each other's perspective, needs, desires, and dreams, and quit expecting this thing to work when all of the major ingredients for success are missing. And one of you needs to be proactive and make that counseling appointment. Learn about self-love and boundaries and why you might gravitate towards emotionally unavailable partners. Because it's not your job to change them or make them go with you. It's your job to be vulnerable and respectful and talk about your feelings. How they respond tells you everything you need to know about whether you're giving your time, energy, or love to someone who's not capable of loving you back.